Fred Bamwine, a commissioner in the President's office, together with Moses Nwagaba, a political analyst and candidate for Mbarara City North. Good to have you both.
Thank you so much.
A very good morning. Well, you from Mbarara. Do you have an idea, a grasp of what exactly happened?
Where?
As members of the National Unity Platform had run-ins with police over the weekend, on Friday to be specific.
You know, indiscipline can emanate from anywhere. It can come from either side. But my assessment of it is that at the moment the Electoral Commission is operating in a very difficult environment. That's why when you speak to, like Julius was speaking, you really see that he's exact when he's speaking about indiscipline in NUP. When he reaches indiscipline in the NRM, he goes on a roundabout. That tells you about the fear factor. So my assessment of it is that the Electoral Commission is halfway in charge. It has control over those who are competing with President Museveni. It has absolutely no control over those who are in support of President Museveni. That's why you have not seen the people who are in Churhura holding sticks beating people, appearing anywhere on any police station. Have you heard of them being summoned anywhere? That was gross indiscipline, electoral indiscipline. They should have been called to the nearest police station to record statements and charges opened against them. But I have not seen that occur.
Thank you. Fred, what in your opinion could be the cause behind the turn of events? What started off as peaceful is now turning chaotic?
But I think you're happy now.
Sorry?
I think you're happy. Some weeks ago, you have been hosting visitors here. And I saw you saying, but there is no, you called it what?
Vibe.
There is no vibe. So I think you have got the vibe, what you are asking.
Not really. It's total unpleasant. It's not a place where I would love to be.
So that is not the vibe you are referring to. I think we are unfair as a country. There is this singer, I don't know what is his name, Abatasi Gansigo. That man who sang that song.
Chameleon.
It's Chameleon. Because what did you sow before you go to think of harvest? I am happy with the current Electoral Commission now because they have been having quick reaction and meetings and engagements with candidates and their agents whenever there is an incident. And I have always told people that although there are elections going on, the country does not close. Kagwanja has to come to NBS and others are going to do it. So you must make sure you do your campaigns.
But what's fundamental here, Mr. Bamwine, is getting to the root of the problem. Where is it coming from?
Yes. Without due care of the other users of the public space. So the root cause, I think, to me, what I'm sure about, is the do's and the don'ts Electoral Commission issued. Are all candidates following them to the latter? For instance, they are not supposed to go with entry convoys. That's what I saw the Chairman Biawakama saying candidates should not carry people to other regions. But even Wagaba was in Mbarara, I think. If you see the convoy that come from other places going with different candidates, that causes what? There's this need to come with my supporters and my agents, and then there's this observation by security agencies to care about those who are not involved in the campaign. Two is the consistent radicalization of our supporters. If you have been radicalizing your supporters for 5 years, police, that's not the problem. So why do you think now that radicalization can just come off in no minute? So as far as I'm concerned, there is lack of efficient, committed engagement of candidates and agents to their supporters. And that causes police to say, no. Yes, you're going for a rally, but this is what you're supposed to do.
Okay, do you imagine police has become overzealous in one way or the other? They could have handled it better.
Yes, you see, when you talk about police, you're talking about ourselves as a country, because police comes from us. So such a situation, when there's a confrontation, although you are trained as a policeman, but there is that inner you, inner conscience. Sometimes some police or security agencies can be overzealous and overstep their mandate. That's why there's always briefing and debriefing. And at times, members of the security agencies are even apprehended into their tribunals or courts. But the question is very simple. Much as we are talking about the overzealousness of some police officers, the good thing is that the leadership of police is always giving a clear guideline. Now, when you look at that footage, if Njara, somebody has come and introduced himself as a policeman, that you are required, why do you need to fight? Because as far as we are concerned...
Okay, what I pick from you is that NUP is provoking security.
The mere fact that you don't want to be civil creates this fracas. Because that police, it is not police religion, it is police force. If you don't adhere to the guidelines of the day, police will use its minimum force to guide you. But lastly, what I wanted to request all of us, much as we want our parties, we want our leaders, I want also to be able to reflect what is likely to come after elections in the whole electoral process.
We'll get there. We'll get there in a minute.
What you are missing?
I'll get to you in just a minute.
This one.
Moses, have we gotten to this extent where both parties in this particular scenario, the National Unity Platform and its supporters and security, are to blame for the fracas?
I am hesitant to blame the NUP. I'm very hesitant because I've been an observer I know what is going on. I'm very hesitant to blame NUP. In my view, they have been more disciplined than in the past. There is great improvement. Initially, the leader of NUP, Kyagulanyi, was seen as young, immature, naive.
Belligerent.
Exactly. But now, the naive part has gone off. Okay? The young part is going off. Immature, we are still seeing. But apparently, the level of organization of his campaigns point to maturity. Even what comes from his mouth is now different. The message is different. Because if the NUP supporters, the supporters of Kyagulanyi, were to be violent, most likely the violence would begin with the leader himself, what he says, what he speaks to them. In my view, NUP has improved, okay? By leaps and bounds, NUP has improved.
How about security?
Now,
you would give it to security as well.
Security, the word security in elections in Uganda, when you say security, I don't think we go to the dictionary. I don't think this time we go to the dictionary to look for security. Because it is skewed. During elections, security in Uganda is skewed. That those who are supposed to be protected at all times, like I've said, someone holds a stick. beats up people, restricting them from accessing a certain area in Uganda. Okay? Forcefully diverting a presidential candidate. No one calls that person to a police station. No one. It is televised, it is everywhere. You think police did not see? The police is operating under a similar environment to that of the Electoral Commission. And the fear factor is high. The tendency to think
Maybe
that
no one
if
complained.
that no, did they have to complain? Did anyone have to complain?